Imagine planting a vegetable just once and harvesting from it every spring for the next 20 years. No reseeding, no replanting, just one bed quietly producing food year after year. That's the remarkable promise of asparagus. But growing asparagus successfully requires knowing how to start it the right way, how to care for it in those important early years, and when the time finally comes, how to harvest it properly so the plants keep producing for decades. Today on Buckeye Bloomstead, we're going to show you exactly how to grow asparagus once and harvest it for the next 20 years or more. We're going to walk through the complete process, from buying roots versus seeds, to planting, caring for your asparagus bed each season, protecting it in winter, and harvesting beautiful spears every spring. Before you plant your first asparagus crown, the most important decision you'll make is where that bed will live. Remember, asparagus is a long-term crop. A well-cared-for bed can produce for 20 years or more, so choosing the right location from the beginning makes all the difference. Start by looking for an area that receives full sun for most of the day. Asparagus thrives in bright light and will produce stronger, thicker spears when it has plenty of sunshine. Next, consider drainage. Asparagus does not like wet feet. If the soil stays soggy after heavy rain, or if water tends to collect in that area of the garden, it can lead to root problems over time. And that brings us to one of the biggest questions gardeners often ask. Should you grow asparagus directly in the ground or in a raised bed? Both methods can work, but over the years, we've discovered something in our own garden. We strongly prefer raised beds. When we first started gardening, most of our crops were grown in traditional in-ground rows. But as the years went by, we began experimenting with raised bed gardening, and the difference was remarkable. The soil stayed looser and easier to work. Weeding became far simpler, and we were able to control the soil quality much better. For crops like asparagus, that soft, well-drained soil makes a big difference. In raised beds, our asparagus plants have consistently produced healthier growth and stronger spears compared to our older in-ground beds. Another advantage is drainage. Because raised beds sit above the surrounding soil, water moves through them more easily. That helps prevent the kind of soggy soil conditions asparagus really doesn't like. There's another reason raised beds have become especially important for us. As time goes on, our bodies sometimes remind us that gardening the way we did years ago isn't always as easy anymore. Bending over low garden rows, pulling weeds from the ground, and working heavy soil can become much harder with age or health challenges. Raised beds bring the garden closer to you. They reduce strain on your back and knees, and they make everyday tasks like planting, harvesting, and weeding much more manageable. For us, that has made a tremendous difference in keeping gardening enjoyable. When we first started using raised beds, we built them ourselves from wood lumber, which worked very well for many years. But eventually, we ran into the same issue many gardeners experience. Wood beds simply don't last forever. After years of exposure to moisture and weather, they begin to break down, and boards often need replacing. Because of that, we started looking for a more durable solution. That's when we discovered Vigiga metal raised beds. These beds are made from coated steel, which is designed to last 20 years or more without the problems that often come with wood. We created a separate video on the Vigiga raised beds we chose for our small homestead. One of the reasons we decided to plant our asparagus in these Vigiga raised beds is because of how long both of them are designed to last. A well-established asparagus bed can continue producing for 15 to 20 years, sometimes even longer. And these Vigiga metal raised beds are built to last about 20 years as well. To us, that just made sense. By planting long-term crops like asparagus in a raised bed designed to last just as long, we don't have to worry about a wooden bed breaking down halfway through the life of the plants. Once the bed is in place and the asparagus is established, the garden can keep producing year after year without needing to rebuild the bed or disturb the plants. Now, if you already have an established raised bed, especially one made from wood that may be starting to break down, there's some good news. Vigiga offers a variety of raised bed sizes, and many of their beds can even be connected together to create larger beds if needed. That means if you decide to replace an older wooden raised bed, you don't necessarily have to start all over again. In many cases, you can simply remove the old wooden frame, leaving the soil and your established asparagus bed right where it is. Then the new vegeta bed can be assembled and placed directly around the existing soil and plants. After that, you may only need to add a little additional soil to fill in any small gaps along the edges. This allows you to upgrade the structure of the bed without disturbing the plants that are already growing and producing. So instead of starting from scratch, you can keep your established asparagus bed thriving while simply giving it a stronger, longer-lasting home. So whether you're starting a brand new bed or continuing with an established one, the next step is learning how to plant asparagus crowns the right way. If you're interested in trying these beds in your own garden, we've included a link to Vegeta in the video description, along with a discount code you can use. Now that you've chosen the right location for your asparagus bed, whether in the ground or in a raised bed, the next step is preparing the soil properly before planting. And this is where asparagus really rewards gardeners who take the time to do things right from the start. Let's take a look at how to prepare the soil so your asparagus bed can thrive for the next 20 years. Now that you've chosen where your asparagus bed will live, whether that's in ground or in a raised bed, the next step is preparing the soil. And this is where asparagus really rewards gardeners who take the time to do things right from the beginning. Unlike many vegetables that grow for only a single season, asparagus will live in the same soil for 2 decades or more. That means the quality of the soil you start with will shape the health of those plants for many years. Asparagus prefers soil that is loose, rich in organic matter, well-draining. If you're planting in the ground, take time to loosen the soil 10 to 12 inches deep, removing rocks and breaking up compacted areas. Mixing in compost or aged manure will greatly improve soil structure and provide long-lasting nutrients. This is another area where raised beds shine. Because raised beds are filled with carefully blended soil, you already have much more control over the growing conditions. The soil stays soft and workable, and over time it becomes even richer as organic matter breaks down. Whether in ground or in raised beds, your goal is the same: create a deep, fertile bed where asparagus roots can spread easily. Most gardeners begin their asparagus beds using crowns, which are 1-year-old root systems. Crowns, also referred to as bare roots, give you a strong head start compared to starting asparagus from seed, which can take several years before you're able to harvest. Before planting, it's a good idea to soak the crowns in lukewarm water for several hours, or even overnight. This simple step helps rehydrate the roots after storage and prepares them for planting. Soaking also helps loosen any compacted material around the roots, allowing them to spread more easily once they're placed in the soil. Planting the crowns. To plant asparagus crowns, begin by digging a trench about 6 to 8 inches deep and roughly 12 inches wide. If you're planting in a raised bed, this trench can be created directly in the prepared soil inside the bed. Along the bottom of the trench, create a small ridge or mound of soil down the center. Place each crown on top of that mound and gently spread the roots outward, almost like the spokes of a wheel. Space each crown about 12 to 18 inches apart. Once the crowns are positioned, cover them with about 2 inches of soil. As the plants begin growing during the season, gradually add more soil into the trench until it eventually reaches ground level. This gradual filling helps encourage strong root development and sturdy plants. Many gardeners skip this step, but taking the time to hydrate those crowns first gives them a much better start. After planting, water the bed well to help settle the soil around the roots. During the first growing season, the goal is not harvesting. The goal is establishment. You'll begin to see delicate shoots emerge from the soil. These shoots will eventually grow into tall, feathery plants known as ferns. Those ferns play a critical role. They gather sunlight and convert that energy into food for the plant's underground roots. The stronger the ferns grow during the early years, the stronger your asparagus bed will be in the future. During this first season, keep weeds under control. Water during dry periods. Add mulch to help conserve moisture. In raised beds, this process tends to be easier because weeds are often far less aggressive and the soil remains loose and easy to manage. In year 1 and year 2, asparagus teaches gardeners patience. During the first year, you should not harvest any spears at all. Allow every shoot to grow into full ferns. During the second year, some gardeners harvest a small amount, but most experts recommend still allowing the plants to grow freely so the root system can strengthen. By the third year, your asparagus bed should be mature enough to support a proper harvest season. And this is when the reward begins. Now you might be wondering, just how much asparagus will each crown actually produce? On average, depending on the variety, a single crown can produce around 10 spears during its peak years, which works out to roughly half a pound per plant. In some cases, you may even see yields closer to 3/4 of a pound per crown. But like most things in the garden, patience is key. In the early years, production is lighter as the plants focus on establishing strong root systems. By the second year, when you can begin very light harvesting, yields are still minimal. By year 3, you'll start to see more noticeable production, about 1/3 of what the plant is capable of at its peak. As the years go on, production continues to increase. By years 4 and 5, you're looking at roughly half of peak production, and by year 6, the plants are producing about 2/3 of their full potential. Most asparagus beds reach their peak production around years 7 to 8, when the harvest really becomes rewarding. After that, yields will slowly begin to decline over time. Many commercial growers stop harvesting after about 15 years, simply because it's no longer as profitable. But for the home gardener, that's a different story. With proper care, an asparagus bed can continue producing for 20, 25, even 30 years or more, making it one of the most rewarding plant-at-once crops you can grow. There are many different varieties of asparagus, each with its own unique characteristics. Line here are some of the most common varieties. Mary Washington. This is one variety you will find in our asparagus bed and happens to be one of the most popular variety of asparagus in the United States. It produces thick, green spears and has good disease resistance. Another variety is the Jersey Knight. This variety is known for its sweet and tender spears, which are dark green and have a slightly purple tint. This next one happens to be a personal favorite of ours, Purple Passion. As the name suggests, this variety of purple asparagus produces spears that are a beautiful purple color. The spears are also slightly sweeter than green asparagus. Next one on the list is the UC 157. This variety is prized for its high yields and disease resistance, and produces thick green spears with a slight purple tinge. Another popular variety is the Viking KB3. This variety is known for its early production and high yields, and as the name Viking suggests, the spears of this variety are thick and have a dark green color. Another favorite is the Pacific Purple. This variety produces spears that are a deep purple color and are slightly sweeter than green asparagus. They also have a more tender texture. A beautiful variety, these spears look stunning in the garden. Now this next one I had a hard time pronouncing. The variety is Genlim. This Dutch variety is known for its early production and uniform spears. The spears are thick and have a bright green color. These are just a few of the many varieties of asparagus available. Each variety has its own unique flavor and texture, so it's worth trying a few to find your favorite. Let's talk about summer care of asparagus. Once harvesting season ends, asparagus plants transform from a vegetable crop into a tall, airy plant with soft green foliage. These ferns can grow 4 to 5 feet tall, creating a beautiful texture in the garden. During summer months, your focus should be simple. Keep the bed weed-free, water during extended dry periods. Allow the ferns to grow undisturbed. Those ferns are quietly storing energy in the roots below. Harvesting asparagus. When spring arrives and soil temperatures begin to warm, asparagus spears will start pushing through the soil. These tender shoots grow surprisingly quickly, sometimes several inches in a single day. Spears are ready to harvest when they reach about 6 to 8 inches tall. To harvest, simply snap the spear gently near the base or cut it just below the soil line with a sharp knife. Harvest regularly during the season, usually for about 4 to 6 weeks. Eventually, the spears will begin to grow thinner, about the size of a pencil. That's the plant's signal that it needs to stop producing spears and return to growing ferns. At that point, stop harvesting and allow the plants to grow freely again. Those ferns are what fuel next year's harvest. When winter comes, let's talk briefly about winter protection. In colder regions like much of the Midwest, asparagus beds benefit from a protective layer of mulch. You can use straw, leaves, compost. When choosing a winter covering for your asparagus bed, make sure you're using straw and not hay. Hay may seem similar, but it's usually loaded with seeds. Those seeds can easily germinate in your garden or raised beds, turning into weeds you'll have to deal with later. Straw, on the other hand, is mostly seed-free and works much better as a protective winter layer. That said, leaves are actually our personal favorite mulch. First of all, they're free. And if your yard doesn't produce enough, chances are your neighbors will be more than happy to give you theirs once autumn arrives. Leaves, straw, or organic mulch all work well because they help insulate the soil from temperature swings during winter, while gradually enriching the soil as they break down. In our garden, we make good use of the leaves that fall from our trees every autumn. We collect them and spread them over all of our raised beds, starting with our asparagus bed. It's a simple way to recycle what nature provides and keep those nutrients working for us in the garden. If you choose to use wood mulch, just be careful not to apply it too heavily. A thick layer could make it harder for those tiny asparagus shoots to push up through the soil when spring arrives. A light to moderate covering is usually all that's needed to protect the bed through winter, while still allowing those fresh green spears to emerge easily when the season begins again. By early spring, that mulch layer will be helping to feed the soil just as new asparagus spears begin emerging again. Leaves will break down and help build the soil with much-needed nutrients. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What do you use to protect your garden beds through winter? Do you rely on leaves like we do, or do you prefer straw or another mulch? Let us know in the comments. Sharing ideas is one of the best parts of the gardening community. And if you enjoy practical gardening tips like this, be sure to subscribe to Buckeye Bloomstead and ring the notification bell so you don't miss future videos where we share what's working in our garden. Before we finish this video, let's quickly go over how to plant asparagus from seed for those who choose that approach instead of using crowns. Planting the asparagus seeds. If you decide to grow asparagus from seed, here are the steps to follow. Start seeds indoors 10 to 12 weeks before the estimated transplantation date. Soak the seeds for 2 hours in water before sowing. Take seed trays or pots and fill them with a soil mix. Sow seeds ½ inches or 1.5 centimeters deep and 2 to 3 inches or 5 to 8 centimeters apart. Place the seed trays in a warm, bright location indoors. Asparagus seeds may take 2 to 8 weeks to germinate. Harden off 10 to 12 weeks old seedlings before transplanting. Transplant seedlings when the danger of frost has passed. Space 12 to 18 inches or 30 to 46 centimeters apart in a hole that is 6 to 8 inches or 15 to 20 centimeters deep. And there you have it. Everything you need to grow asparagus once and enjoy the harvest for years to come. From choosing the right location, to planting crowns or seeds, to caring for your bed through each season, this is truly one of those crops that rewards a little patience with a lifetime of abundance. And if you're anything like us, creating a space that's easier to care for, whether through raised beds or thoughtful planning, can make all the difference in continuing to enjoy the garden for years ahead. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you grown asparagus before, or are you thinking about starting your very first bed? Let us know down in the comments. We always enjoy hearing your experiences and helping where we can. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you're interested in making gardening easier on your body, be sure to check out our video, Small Yard, Bad Knees. This Vajiga metal raised bed changes everything. We'll have that linked right here for you. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and keep growing.